Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. What is shaking? Hey, look over there. Hey, look up there in the stands. Oh, 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 yeah. I think the whole world's looking up in the stands today. The whole world's looking up there. Making judgment on the couple caught on the kiss cam, the viral couple. We're going to talk about it. Why wouldn't we? I had a revolution this morning. Revolution? A revelation, Jimmy. Today, I think today's a turning point in the world of culture. And we're going to get into this morning on the Morning Loop, on Mornings Live with Keith and Friends, your daily accountability partner, your mindset coach, and your entertainment hub rolled into one lively morning show. Think Peloton without the bike. Yeah, think Peloton without the coaches. Think Peloton without the treadmill. Think Peloton with all the awesome humans over there. Just Keith and John, Marty and Jimmy and the gang here. Yeah, true story. All right, today's lineup is packed. It's Free For All Friday. Starting off with the accountability check and coming up here at about 15, 16 minute mark. Whenever we get to it. True story. It's not just a warm up. It's a call to action. Grab that coffee. Get your head in the game. And remember, every minute you hit snooze is a minute you had. And you're going to hand over to somebody else. Like the dude up in the stands, just taking minutes here and there. He's just taking minutes. He's taking wives. He's just taking people all over the place. Yeah. And after checking him, we're going to slide on over to the center stage. We're going to tackle a topic that hits home for everyone who cares about their community. And I know that we like to have fun, light conversations, but today I want to talk a little bit about democracy. It's been in my queue for many, many days and weeks, frankly. Democracy is not a one-size-fits-all solution. And I want to have the conversation, what it actually means for us, what it means for you guys, what it means for all of us listening to the show. Strip away the jargon, unpack the nuances, and show you why the blueprint for freedom maybe isn't as standard as an IKEA shelf. Then we're going to get into the deep dive on a topic that we did not do justice to a few weeks ago, which was Brotherhood in the digital age. Men are lonelier than ever, isolated more than ever. So we're going to talk about if you're tired of those superficial connections, those ones that are like, yeah, hey, buddy, what's going on? And that's where it ends. We're going to explore how men are finding real accountability and maybe using this space, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and the whole gang here, as your morning place to hang out. Maybe your daily accountability partner. Maybe you want to start your day with Matt Roof, Kindness Rising, 7:30. Make positive choices. And then as the coffee kicks in, find some time to get into some mind fuel, talk cognitive performance. We're going to talk about brain boosts and so forth. And then we're going to get into hour two, and who knows what happens in hour two. Yeah, true story. All right, you can join the conversation. You absolutely can join the conversation live. 431-300-3005. Get you into the call. I invite you, Lady Drew, Holroyd, Bernard. I know you're all there. Good time. 431-300-3005. I invite you to join the conversation. Maurice Bannister, you guys there? Pick up the phone. Send me a text. McQuillan, pick up the phone. Send me a text. True story. Yes. 431-300-3005. Let's get up, get after it. Good morning, Roofy. How are you, brother? Caught some of your show this morning. Nicely done, nicely done. Love it. Speaking of show, yes, Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time, right here to kick off the big morning conversation on the big morning show platform. Mornings in the Friends, Mornings in Live with Keith and Friends. All right, Jimmy, let's keep the show rolling here. Gonna get up and get after it. Johnny must be stuck. I'm thinking Johnny must be stuck over in a situation that is not being very kind to him right now. Let me just check the horn. Yeah, no horn from Johnny. So I'm suspecting he's getting after here this morning. Hey, guys, so I guess we got to throw this one on the table. Before we do that, though, I get some tunes in my ears. For me and for you, it's going to sound just like this. There we go. So, hey, we wake up this morning. We go to bed yesterday. The day takes an interesting turn because of what happened Thursday night in Boston. And I got to tell you guys, it's clear to me now more than ever that The internet has become, oh man, it's the conversation today is clearly about the folks caught making out at the Coldplay concert in Boston Thursday night. It's clear. And I think what's clear to me after that situation that we need to lean as much into current events, news, and so forth on this show. Why? Because that's what the world is talking about, and that's what the world wants to talk about. If there's anything that this experience with these folks has taught me is that people want a water cooler conversation. It's true. You have to look no further than anywhere on any platform to know that the whole world is talking about what happened in Boston, except John Andersen. So we're going to bring Johnny in here in a couple moments. I wonder if he knows what's going on in Boston, but we're going to have some fun with it. And because why not? Everybody else is. And again, if there's anything I've learned, and I think one of the things we're going to pivot to is this idea of bringing current events into the conversation. Yep, people want to talk about it. It's clear after what was happening yesterday. So, Jimmy, let's bring on the big dog himself. Let's bring on John Andersen.
Tell me, brother. Tell me. I got no clue what's going on in Boston, man. I love it. What is it?
I know. So I just realized that we're going to be launching, and I'm being serious what I say next, because so I've learned something in the last 24 hours that the world, man, when there is a viral moment, there is a viral moment, and it is on every nook and cranny and corner of the internet, and fakery here and fakery there, and people are talking about it. So stay tuned, guys, for Mornings in the Lab, the Morning Loop, news that'll get you out of bed in the morning with Keith and John. And I'm going to put news on the table and present it to Johnny. We're going to laugh at it. And here's the one we're going to start with. So, Jimmy, let's bring up the situation in Boston. Johnny, let's show Johnny what happened.
All right.
Yeah.
Come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Oh, look at these two. All right. Come on. You're okay?
No, Jimmy, go back to the beginning of that video.
Either they're having an affair or...
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah, no, I was thinking, I saw that on my feed on Instagram. I'm looking at this, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So
I turned on I saw it literally, dude, crazy.
That's the point.
I was trying to see because I was literally when I turned on my phone, the first, the Instagram, bam, that was the first. I was trying. That's the same thing I saw,
dude. It is everywhere.
Is it?
It is actually everywhere. So, do you know what happened?
No, tell me what happened.
So the dude's married, the wife's married. I'm sorry, the dude's married, the girl's married. They went to the Coldplay concert not as a married couple. Both of their husband and wives were at home. And
you can see by the way that they both turned around that they were doing something they weren't supposed to be. I just didn't know what it was, Well,
you know what the funny thing is, Johnny, is had they not reacted like they reacted, nobody would give a shit. But because he ducked and she covered her face, and because Chris Martin says, "Oh, are you guys having an affair?" All of a sudden, the whole world goes, "Oh, are they having an affair?" And sure enough, they were having an affair.
It's everywhere. You're not kidding me. It is everywhere,
Johnny. It is everywhere.
I mean, holy shit! I'm going to TikTok. It's the first thing I see. I go to Instagram. It's the first thing I see. Yeah. Holy shit, brother! You're not kidding.
This is actually really great. And it's actually great. It's actually great happening today because there's a moment happening here culturally with this. It has taken over every social platform: LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, X, and I would be remiss if I didn't put it onto our show today, because if we're going to have a show that's relevant and we're going to have a show that we want people to come and join the conversation with, then these are the things we have to talk about. And you know what? That's my point.
I'm blown away by this event, which means nothing. No. It's almost like we're at fucking war.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to the internet. Every app I open, it is fucking there.
So here's how I'm going to spin this.
Funny, this is like a telltale of our society. Holy shit.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, so are these people important, or they just got themselves in trouble? That's what the hick is. That's what it is. It's not like they're fucking governors that are seeing, they're just people, right?
As simple as he's the CEO of a company. She is his HR person. So he hired her as her chief of AR. I'm sorry, HR.
Now, I don't really understand the depths of HR, but it's to make sure that shit doesn't happen, correct?
Well, it gets better. It gets better. The girl that's with them is the HR assistant.
Oh, fuck.
So,
dude, I can't believe this. I can't believe how our society is going so bananas over this.
Jimmy, when Roofy's ready, bring Roofy up here to join the conversation. But Johnny, I'm going to tell you, man, and you know, the nutty little son of a bitch has something for you, because this cultural moment tells me one thing that we are doing right, and we're going to continue to do. People want to talk about these things. And as you can see, hey, Maddie, what's going on, brother? Maddie Roof's joining us, Kindness Rising guy, joining us on the show here on Free for All Friday. Wow. What this shows me, John, is that you know, as we move into next month and keep tweaking this show, I'm going to put current events on the first 20, 30 minutes of the show because people want to talk.
Yeah.
And this,
I got a little.
Sorry, Maddie. And this event
got a little audio issue. I'm going to try to repair. I'm going to jump out. Come back.
Sounds good, Maddie. This event, Johnny, just shows that humans want to have a water cooler conversation.
Dude, when I was, I'm getting on, I can hear what you're saying, right?
Yes.
And I'm thinking that, it's another fucking bombing at the Boston Marathon or something like that. Yeah. I'm thinking like, oh shit, what fucking happened now is what I'm thinking. God damn it, because I don't like to hear about this bad stuff. It's fucking sad.
No, precisely. Well, and the funny thing is, Johnny, is that it is stupid shit that you and I call out on this show all the time. People making stupid decisions, right? And but yet it's something. I know.
But it doesn't get any sweeter that he's a CEO and he hired her for HR and her assistant's in on it. I mean, does it get any? You couldn't fuck it. This is like a movie script.
Oh.
If her mom was there, would have been the only better thing.
And Johnny,
maybe she was.
Yeah. But you know what this also proves? And I have some fun with you with this one. This also proves that Bigfoot isn't real. And you're like, Keith, how are you connecting Bigfoot to the Boston situation? Well, because here's great proof. There is cameras everywhere documenting every second on the planet. So
yeah. I mean, now when you say that, dude, I'm surprised. These are smart people. How the fuck did they think? Why didn't they sit they were standing in that, looks like they're in a skybox.
Yes.
They should have been sitting at that table holding hands where nobody could see it.
No, you know what that is, Johnny? I think you'll agree with me. That's called arrogance. That's arrogance.
Yeah.
That's just strip away. That's arrogant. That's a dude there who's like, oh, I know.
I think he's got the world by the balls until the world's got him by the balls.
Yes. Because I was that guy. And I don't mean I was that guy in the affair situation. That's not what I'm suggesting. But I was the guy with some arrogance like that, whereas I felt untouchable and I felt like nobody can get a hold of me. And I felt like I had the fucking world by the balls. And I felt like I could do whatever I want because I was the CEO of my company and I can do this and that. And that's a great example, is that arrogance on display got him caught.
And dude, this thing is spreading. I mean, literally, I sit there, I don't scroll, but I'm scrolling for the show.
Yes.
It's people are posting more of it as we speak, as they wake up.
And then Maddie, I don't know if you know, but that thing you posted, that was a fake press release. That wasn't
yeah. People are saying that, and I don't want to spread fakery. That's not my point.
Yeah.
But it was eye opening. That someone might think that, right? So I appreciate that, Keith. Thanks for calling me out.
Yeah.
I'm not about spreading.
No, I know you're not.
When I read it, my jaw just dropped wide open. So I don't want to spread any more fakery, but I am wondering what the team is going to do when I see the real deal, right? I mean, the fake one talked about this apology and then into blaming someone, saying my privacy was violated. How stupid are these people? It's insane to me. Even without the fake PR, how freaking stupid do you have to be to show up with your side piece and hug her in front of 60,000 people, whether you end up on camera or not? Including what's going on in the skybox, that these are all employees of this company that are like complicit in it. The HR girl on the side, like, what the fuck are these people doing?
We've got a role reversal, because I don't normally do the research, but I'm having fun doing a little research right now. They made a fucking meme coin out of this thing already.
Yes.
There's a fucking coin, and this guy's it's a picture of their faces right at the top of it.
Yes.
Fuck. Oh my god, dude.
What I love most of all of it, when I trust me, I got sucked in on LinkedIn. What I love is the number of people that are like, what's more embarrassing, being caught on the kiss cam or the fact that it was at a Coldplay concert?
What's up, Ace? I see you there. Ace MMA joining the conversation here on Mornings Alive with Keith and Friends. Hey, Ace, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the channel, even give us a call. You're joining Free for All Friday. You're hanging out with Keith and John and Matt Roof here on Mornings Alive with Keith and John, getting after every single day the morning show for men and women. We're talking what happened in Boston 2 nights ago. And
unbelievable, dude.
Maddie, I'm looking at you with what I'm going to say next, pal. I was because I was preparing for the show today and preparing for next week's shows. And as I was looking for content, doing research yesterday, inundated with the event. And I went to bed last night, woke up this morning, Matt, and trying to piece together what it means for us as we're building our business here. You know what it means to us, Matt? Is it's clear more than ever that people want to have a conversation. Yep. Look at this morning. Like, look at the world, the entire fucking world. The entire world is talking about these 2 folks in Boston.
Absolutely. So I wonder, I actually, this is a thought that came across my mind, which is how many organizations people might now stage something so that they can get the attention, right?
Oh, so, interesting.
So you talk
the copycats. It always happens. The copycats, right? Baby.
Yeah. It's
good point, Maddie. Good point.
So you talked about the fact that I posted the fake press release, and I apologize to the world for doing that, because that's not what I'm all about. But let me tell you something. I posted that at 10:30 last night Eastern time. I woke up at 5:30 this morning Eastern time. I went viral with it. It's basically what it comes. The number of people that are chiming in, faces I know, faces I don't, with my comments. I almost feel a responsibility to go back and say I posted something fake. Yeah. Because the number of people that are interacting with this, as John said, you cannot go anywhere. This morning on my show, I did the LinkedIn scroll thing, right? Just as we talked about doing it. And I just kept scrolling. It was like these people. Every other post was these people. And I agree. People want a water cooler conversation, right? People want to talk about
that shit.
Yeah.
Forte.
No, that's funny, man. Hey, Ace, yes, you can ask some quick advice. Please throw your question out there. Kalen Johnson has a question for Johnny. What's the smoke, brother? Question for Johnny here coming from the community. What's the smoke, brother?
This is my favorite. This is actually second favorite. My favorite is a Cuba Grande. This is a Cuba Cuba.
Nice.
That's an acid brand.
Nicely done. Nicely done. We got a question from the community, guys. I like a girl in my office. She's beautiful. I was friends with her for almost 10 months. I was about to express my feelings to her, but then one day she told me that she got a boyfriend like 3 months ago. Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. I know. Take it to a Coldplay concert. Put your arms around it and see what happens.
But you know what? Expressing your feelings to somebody, if they don't reciprocate, that's a manly thing.
Yes.
You know, because that's how you feel, irregardless of what she does or says. Most people don't have the balls to do that.
Yeah. Very well, Johnny.
And many times I've seen it myself. You're not expressing your feelings, and that person went out and found a boyfriend because guess what? You didn't man up and express your feelings. Maybe she was feeling that same way at that same time. You were making a little bit of a connection, but you didn't man up and say, "Hey, I'm into you." And she was like, "Well, I guess he's not into me. I'm going to go find another thing." Right?
That's exactly.
And the worst that can happen is she can say, "I'm sorry, I don't feel the same way." You'll wake up tomorrow.
Yeah. Kaylin comes in and makes some good sticks, Johnny. Throw some right back to you. And Ace says, now I don't talk with her. And now she keeps on asking, why are you behaving like that? What's the reason?
See, maybe she fucking dug you after all, dude. If she didn't care, she wouldn't be missing you.
That's there you
Yeah,
go.
just good one, Johnny. I say just be honest with her and tell her why you're acting different, right? Like, I was
Yeah,
thinking
just 100%, Maddie. So, you know what? 3 months ago, before you found this boyfriend, I wish that I would have told you that I wanted to take you to a movie.
Love it.
And just leave it like that. You know,
Love
you
it.
could just put your toe in the water. She can read between the lines and taking her to a movie. You know, if you feel like you need to revert, well, I was just wanted to be your friend. It gives you an easy out, but at least you open the topic.
Yes.
It does connect back to what we're talking about all our friends in Boston too, which is
Yes.
fishing off the company pier too, which can always be a little dangerous.
Dude, I am just fucking blown away that how this thing is just fucking it's getting bigger as the West Coast wakes up, I think.
You're absolutely right, Johnny. 100%. Well, here's the crazy thing is that this didn't happen last night. It happened Thursday night. Like this is.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
Yeah. It
just took a little while to hit the mainstream, and now we're seeing the bud blossom, so to speak.
I'm sorry, you're right. Wednesday night. It's Friday.
Wednesday now. Oh, yeah. Jesus.
So we're on a 48-hour spiel with this news right now, and it ain't going away. So, I know. But like,
so it brings up another question, a business question. Yeah. Is there any bad press?
No.
I never heard of this company before this happened.
Exactly.
I'm probably not going to do business with them. I don't even know what they do. I didn't even look into it, honestly.
Yeah, but there's that old saying, you know, there's no such thing as bad press. Awareness.
Yeah. So Maddie,
you know, maybe in 5 years, oh, you were the company that had that guy that yeah, we fired his ass right away. But come on in and spend your money.
Well, you know, and Jason,
go ahead.
Jason Calacanis, a high-profile dude out of San Francisco. I follow him, successful business guy too. I don't want to. His words were this, and I think he said it best. We live in a world where we're going to make a big deal of it, but by Monday, North America is going to be on the let's give the guy grace train. All right, the guy fucked up. Let's because we know, we all are about redemption. You can take any big person on the planet that's, we talk about Kobe on the show often. Well, Kobe had some dalliances that people judged. Well, there was redemption, right? Michael Jordan, redemption. We redeem everybody as humans because we all make mistakes. So we're having fun with it today, but by Monday or Tuesday next week, it's going to be the redemption train. Maybe show.
I was on the same thing about redemption. The other thing I'm thinking about is how these two individuals are going to leverage this into book deals, movie deals, documentaries. There'll be at least a 30-minute show on Netflix on it in the next month.
Yes,
whatever the case may be, someone will find a way to monetize.
But you got to parlay that. You got to parlay that 48 hours into something, because when you're hot, and when you're not, and it happens fucking fast. So you have to somehow. You can't just get to the top of the news feeds and expect you're going to stay there. By Monday, nobody fucking cares.
Yes, so right, Johnny, so right. But Maddie, back to your question on I got Ace here in the comments, Ace, what if I took the chance and she rejected me? Like, I will feel like a loser, and I have to work with her in the same office just to get away from her. Her thoughts have started hitting the gym hard. May Lord lift this weight from my heart. Oh, dude, okay.
It's already helping you. This situation's already blessed you.
Yeah, there you go. Ace, I appreciate your comments, man. Keep bringing them. We're on your team. But Maddie, back to the business side. I think if anything is clear to me is that people still want to have water cooler conversations. And I am truthfully going to lean into this idea of, you might hear some new taglines, the morning loop, unpredictable news you can use. Sit down with Keith and John to kick off your day. I'm going to throw 3 or 4 topics on the table that the world's talking about. And here's the thing, because ChatGPT OpenAI had a huge announcement yesterday that if folks weren't caught fucking around in Boston, the whole world would have been talking about today. But nobody's talking about it because everybody's worrying about the guy who had his caught with his dick hanging out of his pants. So
exactly. And so that's the signal noise thing, right? In marketing.
Yes.
And ChatGPT probably took a hit, right? It's like, well, it's old school, right? Newspaper, what's above the line, what's below the line, This story is clearly above the line, above the fold today.
You know who's the happiest guy right now waking up is Donald Trump, because nobody's questioning about the Epstein files. Nobody's talking about what's happening.
Distraction.
It's exactly. Nobody's talking about his veins in his leg that are popping out because everybody's paying attention.
Here's a conspiracy theory. Maybe this guy
is fucking 78 years old, for God's sake. Leave the man alone. Fucking veins popping out. Jesus Christ. Look at your fat self in the mirror before you start busting somebody else up. God, do people really say that dumb shit?
It's true.
I'm not defending Donald Trump per se. I'm defending any 78-year-old who's got some fucking veins hanging out of his leg. Fuck. God damn it.
I'm going to say it's fucking politics. So while Biden was there, you had the Republicans attacking the acuity of Biden. Now that Trump is there, you got the Democrats attacking the acuity of Trump. It is just what it is. It's just what it is. And I'm glad you said what you said, Johnny. And because 78, 88, it's called a human being. And yes,
dude, it's one. And poor Biden. Listen, I'm not taking sides. I don't talk politics.
Yes,
but the poor guy you could tell that he was struggling at the end, and they just kept fucking putting him in the race. You know, I'd be like, God damn it, let the fucking poor boy go back to the stable and relax. He doesn't have the energy for this. He's losing his train of thoughts. He's doing the best he can, and you guys just keep fucking pushing him, thinking that earpiece, he can't hear what you're saying to get it out in time. Yes. Let the old boy go sit down.
So, well, and that's another thing, Maddie. It's going to come out in time. We're going to continue hearing stories of how that administration just had a puppet for 4 years. I'm sorry, I'm going to call it. It was a puppet for 4 years, and there was a bunch of people pulling the strings because it wasn't the leader. I'll leave that there.
That's a good question, though. On that level, I mean, I think that my opinion is that they're all, to a certain extent, just a face of a group of people fucking calling shots behind the scenes. Now, I mean, I think if there was a president in recent time that fights that, I think it's Trump. And here's why I think that. Yes. We've never had a fucking billionaire president before. Most presidents, you can maneuver them with money. You can't maneuver this one with money.
Yeah, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think at the end of the day, they're all just puppets, pulling strings, and we just have a different set of puppets and different set of strings. Mm-hmm. And here is the big difference. And again, so we are talking politics. The difference is this: the Trump administration, I would argue, is not much different than even the Reagan or even the Bush, Maddie. The difference is that every single thing is documented on a phone or a camera, and every human has an opinion. Because I can tell you, man, we all didn't know, Maddie, you and I watching, we all didn't know what was happening. We all didn't know what was happening with fucking Bush doing what's happening.
That's a great fucking point. What kind of shit did Abraham Lincoln do? We just never found out about.
or you found out about it a month later, or whatever the case may be. And
but I mean, if there was no cameras, there was no emails. If you didn't write something down or you didn't see him on top of somebody, nobody was finding out.
That train works both ways, though, too, because now it's used as a tool. The politicians know this too, so they know that they can post something, and 24 hours later, it's going to be overwritten by something else.
Yep.
So it's used both ways. Yeah, everything is exposed, but you can change the narrative very quickly.
Let me tell you something. I can speak firsthand of the difference between being on the road in another fucking country before and after camera phones. Big difference in behavior patterns with athletes. Trust me when I tell you.
Yeah.
Completely changed the game.
I would have been
I'm just going to leave it at that. There was a lot of shit that you used to be able to do that you couldn't do anymore because somebody was fucking snapping a shot of that.
Yes.
If we had camera phones in the 80s and 90s, I would have had a completely different life. I know that. There's shit that I did.
Yeah.
If I knew it could have had any chance of being documented, I probably would have thought again about it. So it may be an accountability that's a good thing. I don't know. Again, it works both ways.
Oh, brother, 100%. I agree with that, Maddie, because there's a lot less dumb shit that was happening when you knew that you could be fucking caught in 45 seconds if something got fucked. Well, let me rephrase that. Camera phones was the first step. social media where people were posting weird shit, that was where it all literally shut down. Then the rules completely changed.
Yeah.
Then at that point, you couldn't be in a public area doing what you wanted to do. You had to kind of maneuver what you wanted to do into a private space to do what you wanted to do.
Well, I'm at a point in my life where I just assume I'm being recorded.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. I mean, no matter where I go, whether it's Walmart or wherever you're being recorded.
We're all wearing glasses right now. The next computing platform is glasses. We're all wearing. I have glasses that record naturally, so we're all three of us are wearing glasses. Just hang on that for a second.
Well, and think like this. You know what you said, Matty, totally true. And finally, when I say that, finally, I came to a place in my life where fucking record me because I got nothing to hide.
No,
and that feels fucking good because let me tell you, I lived my life for a long fucking time trying to keep shit covered up, and that's you don't realize the type of internal anxiety you're fucking carrying around living your life that way.
Yes. Well,
so I've talked about this. I've talked about this personally too, with my own struggles with addiction and substance use, and that was the worst part. The hiding. The hiding and the lies is always worse than the behavior.
Hey, you're hanging out. Sure. Keith, John, and Matty here on Mornings and Live with Keith and John, getting after it every single day here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Matt Roof's joining us. Matt's the host of Kindness Rising every single day right here on the platform, 7:30 Eastern time. A reason to get up, positive, affirming, kind messaging, and a brother to walk you in the direction that you might not even know where you're heading. Matt's the guy to lead you. I encourage you to tune into a show at 7:30. I got some comments here, guys, from the community here. Ace coming back saying, thank you guys for the kind words. What top 5 qualities a girl looks for in a guy? I don't know why girls right now like a bit feminine guys. And then Just a Guest comes in and says, what? Girth, mental and physical toughness. Ace Mama comes back with wallet, 23 and doing good, height 5'8", not strong mentally, pretty good physically. 5'8" is a good enough height. Yeah, there we go. Conversation happening in the community.
I think the answer to that question is you don't fucking worry about what women want. You just be the baddest version of you.
Yes.
And when you have that confidence, that's what they want. They want confidence, and that comes from you owning you.
Great advice, Johnny. Great advice. Matty, comment on that too, brother?
Yeah, no, I have to agree with John 100%. Is that we all have great things about ourselves. We all have things that aren't great. But when you can lean into those great things that you know about yourself and you bring it with confidence, you'll attract what you're meant to attract.
Well, I'm just looking at the comments, guys, and I think that I think that Just a Guest might be describing me. So wallet, height, yeah, I got good height. Girth, yeah, I got some good girth down there, boys. I got some good mental and physical toughness. So there you go. Just send your crew my way. Although I am taken by a lovely woman who I'm madly in love with. So that might have something to do with. Hey, guys, speaking of
the question is the girth a pile of kittens or what?
I was waiting for that, Roofy. So here's something for you guys. George Clooney and
real quick before you shift gears, I just want to give you a compliment, brother. You are the most badass little nutty son of a bitch that I know.
Thanks, pal. I appreciate it.
And I mean that when I say nutty son of a bitch, that's a compliment because you will own you. You own you, baby. You know.
I know you.
And you are a fucking badass because you do whatever the fuck you want.
It's true.
What else defines a badass? Does whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah.
The difference is you just do a lot of good shit.
I appreciate
and you don't give a fuck what people say as you go about it, whether you're wearing a fucking funny hat, making terrible jokes or whatever it is. You just do it and you don't care.
You'll relate. You both will relate. Piper had her girlfriends over here yesterday, and Dad was home, and she's like, "Oh, there's my dad." I'm like, boy. "Hi." Right, Matt? Right, John? You guys know how
my kids stopped bringing friends over because I just embarrassed them too much. They're just like,
because here's what happens. They come downstairs and they go, "Oh, what does your dad do?" And then Piper has to explain that her dad's a YouTuber. And then she's like, "Oh," and it becomes this. And I'm just sitting up there doing my thing.
Here's the thing. Your kids are, but at least I'm going to talk about my kids. I don't know your kids. My kids, they get embarrassed by me. But you know the number of kids, their friends that I run into, and Mr. Roof's the coolest, blah 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 blah. Because I just be myself with them, right? I'm not trying to trying to parent them, and I'm not trying to, be something that I'm not. And yeah, I make corny dad jokes, and I walk around missing a tooth. And unfortunately, some of my kids' friends have found me in my underwear and t-shirt and whatever,
Oh,
Listen
man.
to this. This is funny. So when my kids are in high school, right?
Yeah.
Their friends would refer to me. They would refer to me not as their dad, right? They wouldn't say, "I want to meet your dad." Everybody used my full name. I want to meet John Andersen. Yeah, is John Andersen home? They were like, it's so fucking weird. We've never heard anybody refer to you as our dad.
Funny about that is that, Maddie, it's not like he's Madonna or Prince, like a one-namer. He's a two-namer. It's like, no, I don't want to meet John. I want to meet John Andersen.
I mean, once you become a one-namer, you've become bigger than what you do.
Well, but I would argue that John Anderson's a one-namer because John is not spelled John and Andersen is not spelled Anderson.
I don't think these fucking kids had a clue how my name was spelled. They just wanted to meet John Andersen.
Speaking of John Andersen, Ace comes back and says, John Andersen, you are awesome and I'm jealous of your biceps. Yeah, and then Ace comes back and says, confidence comes from you owning you. I just took a screenshot of it. It's true, man. It's absolutely
Fuck
true.
yeah, brother.
It's exactly.
Once you do that, life will fucking be forever changed.
Yeah, and you know what, too? And I want to lean into this comment, Johnny, because that's just not an obvious thing for us men. Like, it was my late 30s, I would say, where it was not. Like, I was probably 38, 39, closer to 40. Started finding my own confidence as a man because I was.
When I found it was when I discovered that about the same time I started using the phrase, which was fucking powerful. 2 simple letters that changed my life. No.
Oh, yeah.
Because once you start saying no, you know what the fuck you want. You know who you are, and you're making decisions that serve you or the ones you love. Period. End of story.
I agree with that 100%. My story changed when I gave up the shit. When I gave up hiding, masking with substances, and found my true self. I think there are a lot of people out there that are in that same boat in terms of using whatever external thing to find themselves. And when you give that up and you get real about yourself, that's when you gain the confidence to say, I don't give a fuck.
It's so true, Maddie. So true. And Maddie, since we have you here on the show here, and you heard me calling you out yesterday on the show with Johnny, I did it kind of publicly behind, but also in front of your back. I just want to take 24 hours again later and just congratulate you, man. I noticed your confidence when you and I had some business meetings yesterday, Johnny. It's like there's a brand new Matt. It's like what Matt went through the day before. He needed to go through it to continue to go through his journey. And even I saw your show again this morning, Matt. Like, it's almost like that had to happen to you for today to happen, if that makes sense.
I agree 100%. I lean into everything that happens to me, and I lean into it with honesty. So when the shit happens, you embrace it. Having a platform here has helped me. So I appreciate you, Keith, for giving me this opportunity. And yeah, I feel it. I feel it when I show up in the morning. I feel it when I show up with my family, being able to say I fucked up, but I'm not going to do it again. And it's given me a boost.
Brother, real quick, right there, I got to say, it's because you're a classic example. When you're growing, when you're committed to growing, when you fall down and you get dirty, you get up and you clean yourself up. You get a little cleaner every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I mean, I've fallen a lot. I get back up.
And when you get up and you're like, "Fuck, this is great. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna get cleaner than I was last time I did this dumb shit." Yeah,
well, here's what I always say, which is life doesn't go like this, right? It goes like this. It goes like this. But as long as we keep going up,
the trend, baby.
Eventually, it's the trend. It's not the single act, right? Yeah, I agree.
That's it. Ace comes back with whenever you say yes to something that will ruin you, you are simultaneously saying no to something that will make you. Oh, well said, Ace. Well said, Ace. Good nuggets you're dropping here on Morning to Live with Keith and John. And Matt Roof here getting after. So here, listen, Jimmy, let's do this. I think Johnny probably is squirming. So let's walk Johnny out to the restroom. And then, guys, let's have a conversation. It's something a little heavy, but also we can make it light. Let's talk about democracy. What if I told you democracy means one thing where we live in North America and something total, and we know this, but until we kind of talk about it, I sometimes wonder if we really know about it, Matt, where democracy means something completely different in China, Kenya, or even Turkey, because they call themselves democratic countries, but yet not how you and I have grown up with democracy. And yet when we as democratic Westerns go, okay, you guys should do it this way, they're like, the fuck, man? No. You know what I mean? So I thought we could have an interesting conversation around democracy and why it's different for everyone. So we'll do that one. And then we'll continue the chat. And on the show, we're talking some brotherhood in the digital age, finding tribes in the digital age. And again, what's happened in the last 24 hours with that Coldplay thing, people want a place to start to talk, right? So I think we can continue giving that platform, which is a place to talk and get after it. So Jimmy, as you can see, we're doing a free-for-all Friday here today. Jim, let's, if you're ready, Jimmy, let's run that democracy clip. I know Johnny can hear it. Let's run the democracy teaser, and then let's just have a light conversation. I would love to hear Matt's POV. I know Matt wears similar clothes as I do. They're blue and red, and they're interchangeable. So leading with humanity and love around all of that. And I think I'm confidently speaking that way, Matt, about you, just like myself and even Johnny. So I suspect that many of our people.
What if the word everyone agrees on actually means completely different things to different people? We live in a world where political conversations feel impossible, where people seem to want the same things but can never agree on how to get there. Research across dozens of countries reveals that when people use the same political terms, they're often describing entirely different systems, values, and outcomes. Understanding these hidden differences could transform how you navigate political discussions and protect what matters most to you. It isn't agreeing on everything, it's understanding what we're actually talking about. Today, we're exploring how to become the partner who creates deeper intimacy through emotional intelligence.
All good, Jimmy. So, Maddie, when you hear democracy, what does that mean to you?
Oh, that's a great question. So, democracy to me is connected to the freedoms and the rights that we have as people, as humans across the globe, not just here in America. It's not necessarily that about the majority wins, right? That's a concept in democracy. But to me, it's a mindset of freedom of speech, of being able to freedom without fear, to live without fear. So that's to me, it's about freedom. Democracy is freedom. I guess that's probably about the most I can offer right now.
I find freedom an interesting term, though, Matt, and I know Johnny can hear us, so as he's coming out of the restroom, he'll jump into the conversation here. I find freedom an interesting topic, Matt, because, and I'll refer to Canada. So for the last number of years, we've had liberal government, went through the pandemic, and many would say that, liberal government, very free, very democratic, very, very do what you want, very freeing. Yet, there seems to be a rule here, a rule there, a rule here, a rule everywhere. So I find it intriguing when we think of free being tied to rules, because that's not very free, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then you have these authoritarian, ideologies, which are, this is my rule. If you agree with it, then it's our rule, and it becomes something that, some could perhaps consider it being somewhat democratic. But think about this, right? So misunderstanding democracy isn't just academic, it is political. When people think voting is all that matters, they ignore the warning signs of perhaps authoritarianism. John, when you hear the word democracy as a human, as a man, what does that word mean to you?
I mean,
and I'm not sure.
The first thing that comes to my mind is that we're losing ours.
Yeah.
Because if you really break it down, some of the like the foundations have been cracked with some of the shit that's gone on.
Yes.
And so, it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, if you go back to some of the early leaders, some of the early presidents, they predicted what was going to happen.
Yes. So
it's happening.
Yeah, no, I know. And so, and here's what I want. And I know we pride ourselves on having light, fun, entertaining conversation. And I think we can make this as well, because I found this quite fascinating because, and we got John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. I love your name, John. Capitalism, over democracy. He throws it out there, because in China, they consider themselves a democratic country because they deliver economic growth, not because they hold free elections. So if you live in China and Matt, to your point, if your economy and your life is growing, well, then maybe you're happy because you're getting what you want, right? In Kenya or Lebanon, citizens want direct democracy where people vote on issues themselves, not just elect leaders, right?
Well,
so I find it fascinating because what we think of democracy is very different all over the planet. Maddie?
Yeah, I think the connection that John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith, I had to say that.
Yes.
The name, right? Makes is poignant, which is what really drives us is economics, right? Anytime people ask, oh well, what's up, what's down? It's the economy, stupid, right? It's always about what's in the pocket, who's growing, who's got it, who doesn't.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily about the political democracy. What it's driving is the economic democracy. So I happen to agree with JJJS that it's capitalism over democracy, that it's the economic systems that happen to drive us. I want to say one other thing and kind of flip this on its head, because it reminded me of something that I saw in one of my posts, which was the opposite of what people consider the opposite of democracy, which would be socialism, right? And authoritarianism. Well, authoritarianism is the opposite of democracy. I want to talk about socialism for a second, because that's what this was related to, which was, I think it's all about where you are in time and that definition changes over time. And the point that this person made that I saw, which was socialism to us, Gen X, boomers, socialism was Nazism, it was fascism, those kind of things. To the generation coming up, socialism is social medicine in Denmark and open free elections, right? It's a different mindset around that word. And it evolves over time. It's a concept.
Well,
It's not defined. It's a concept. My definition is different than your definition. And people who've lived through different times see it differently. We grew up with the anti Soviet Union rhetoric and the anti-Germany rhetoric, but people who are the kids who are growing up now are inundated with messages about the positivity of social medicine, of those kind of things. So one difference.
So this is fascinating. I'm glad we're having the conversation, and we're striking a chord in the comments, because there's some comments coming in I'm going to get to in a quick minute here. But Matt, and what's happening now is that you're going to have a generation of kids growing up, my kids, perhaps my grandkids growing up, perhaps redefining democracy, because to your point, if the economy keeps doing this in North America and it reshuffles and does this, and Americans start having happy lives because of the authoritarian rule, I put that in air quotes, perhaps it gets redefined as democracy, because well, hey, we like how the guy's leading. We like how we're making progress. We like how our life is getting better. It all of a sudden starts to become a Chinese democracy where...
totally. I mean, they've actually talked about China being a model.
Yes, exactly correct. It's exactly right, John. You go into the comments here, you go to John Jingleheimer Smith saying, I was saying if cap is greater than democracy, what does that equal? But I think, Matt, you said it best. If people are happy economically, nobody's bitching, right? And that's what, so if you got more money in your bank account, if you're paying less taxes, if your quality of life is happier, okay, so maybe you have the National Guard on the corner, but you can pay your bills. You got to have...
dude, the fucking COVID was just a big fucking test.
Exactly, Johnny. Yep.
I mean, everybody gets some money, go home. Yep. Nobody was fucking arguing. Yep. At least the 87+%. Yes. The 13% were like, fuck this shit. I'm going to fucking go somewhere where I can do what I want to do.
Yeah, exactly. We got Global coming in saying the majority voted for capitalism when Constitution was written. Yes. Democracy allows voting for a tyrant to moderate the rule of law. That's interesting. Yeah, that's fascinating. And then Global comes back and says, democracy allows for social programs or not. Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I get
yes, haves and the have-nots, right? And the shift of the total pie, so to speak, right? Who's got the bigger piece of the pie? So what I see happening and that I don't like is that shift to the rich getting richer, so to speak. But at the same time, if the rest of us are growing in that, how can we fight against it? That's hard.
Yeah. And there's no right or wrong answer. I simply, I found this. I found it in the Atlantic. I read vociferously. I love to learn. I'm curious. And I never thought about democracy the way that I did until I read this article, because to me, democracy, I grew up with it being one thing. Probably like yourself, John, because we're all the same age here, right? So you start leaning into it, going, wait a minute. And Johnny said it best, like, well, yeah, because China might be the model, right? Because they run the country like a business. And it's hard to argue. You know, it's hard to, I will say this as a business operator, it's hard to argue with running a country like a business. And I know the social programs and all that, but I'm just saying that, hey, you know, if we can provide for everyone and provide positive lives for everyone, maybe there's some, because there's so much waste in government, is what I guess I'm saying along the way.
Yeah. So I talk about that on my show, right? Part of my show is about business, right? And what I think is important is that as we grow and as we prosper, we remember that there are people who aren't growing and prospering, and some of that is giving back, right? Some of that is giving back our time, giving back to those who, and lifting others up so that we all rise, right? A rising tide lifts all boats. So we have to remember to look for what's going on in the other boats too.
I do.
And I think if you strip this down, I think we got to remember, no matter which fucking direction the government is leaning or twisting or turning, there's still so much fucking opportunity out there if you're willing to fucking do the hard shit.
Yes.
You know, it does call it fucking blah, you know, doesn't have to even be a fucking word. You know, unless if you're smart enough to keep yourself outside of fucking prison, there's opportunity everywhere.
Yes.
So stop fucking worrying about what the government's doing and fucking worry about what you're doing.
So this is where I strongly agree with you, Johnny, and maybe disagree a little bit, Matt, with what you were saying. So I don't like handouts, because I fucking work hard. I get up and put 20 hours a day in to so if you, not you, I'm saying the word rhetorically, if you want to be a lazy ass and wait for a handout because it's all kumbaya, we're going to make it even for everybody, fuck off. I work hard for my money. And if you know, don't go. So if you, I'll show you how to work. Show up in the morning, come to the fucking gym with me, get after it, but don't ask for fucking handouts. It drove me nuts during the pandemic. I would joke with Maurice every 2 weeks because I go, oh, what's that sound? Oh, it's the fucking liberal printing presses printing more money to hand out to everybody because they're fucking lazy and they don't want to go to work because they just want to collect the paycheck. To Johnny's point, there's so much opportunity. Get up, get to fucking work, and put your hand in your pocket.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about handouts. I'm not talking about people who don't want to do the work. I'm talking about opportunities. Not all people have the same opportunities.
Yes.
So if we offer them those opportunities and they choose not to take them, I don't want to give it. I don't want to just give it to them so that they don't have to take the opportunity. I'm talking about using our power and our privilege to present opportunities for people to step up.
Yes.
But if you are always prepared and always ready, those opportunities will find you.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Speaking of prison, guys, sorry, I got to bring it up. So the United States government is going to reopen Alcatraz. Maddie, Johnny, just up the road.
Private? Is it a private deal or is it by the government? Because most people don't know prisons are fucking privately run, just like hospitals.
Corporations.
Yeah. So
institutional corporations.
Yeah. So the reality is that the feds, the Trump administration, want to. I'll use the word reimagine. That's Uncle Keith's word this morning. They want to reimagine and reopen Alcatraz, Johnny, so that they can put America's toughest criminals back on the rock out in Alcatraz in San Francisco Bay. And I'm telling you, because the administration was there yesterday touring the island, like, oh yeah, we think we can bring him back to life. I find it humorous, right? Because
they're going to have to make another movie, and Sean Connery is going to have to escape a second time. Is that what's going to have to happen?
There's another movie. Liam Neeson's doing what the hell is that? Oh, did we talk to this Naked Gun? So that's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
So about Alcatraz.
Yes.
First of all, The reason why it shut down wasn't because it was wrong or it was the wrong place. It was not economically viable.
Yes.
It was too difficult to run financially. I've actually
too
been
difficult
there.
to run financially, and it's going to remain too difficult to run
Yes.
financially. So
Yes.
what this is it's the same stuff we were talking
It's a
about.
stunt.
It's PR. It's a stunt. It's PR,
Yeah.
right? What's really happening is Alligator Alcatraz,
Yes.
which is them building, taking shipping containers and turning them into prisons, and that's what's really happening because
Yes.
it's cheap and it's easy to do. Not
Yes.
opening up the rock. That's just a symbol.
I've been to Alcatraz before. I took when I was I can't remember how old I was, somewhere in my teens.
The
And
tourist
it was a fucking trippy place, man.
yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I'd love to get in there. I'd love to get in there. The only prison that I've ever been in is the prison of my heart. No, I'm just kidding. The only prison that I've ever been in actually is the Northern Penitentiary in Philadelphia. They give tours of that. That was a pretty mind-opening experience in terms of the way the prison industrial complex has grown and the science behind prisons. It's fascinating.
Johnny,
Good.
Johnny,
When we went to fucking Alcatraz, you basically part of the drill was everybody fucking went into the cell, not with who you're with, right?
Oh.
The fucking all of a sudden, all those fuckers closed with that big fucking sound, and then you had to sit there for a couple minutes. Talk about a different fucking perspective, seeing life from behind the bars, baby.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Johnny,
Oh,
Maddie's not ready to share his journey of prison yet, so that'll be in 3 months. So tune in.
There's a difference between jail and prison. I just want to make that clear.
Tune in October 24th to Matt on Kindness Rising, where he reveals his prison journey. Back to the
Let's just say,
comments.
don't drop the soap.
That's anyway, speaking of prison, we got Global coming in with the cost of an inland prison would be cheaper. Well, that's the truth. That's why these boys are so correct, where this is just a bunch of song and noise and to pull attention. Well, and here's the other thing too, right? We got the Epstein stuff still all over there with the Trump administration. So if we can create a bunch of noise over there, we can move some stuff over here. And then
So does a list exist?
yeah, exactly. And then John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith comes in and says, "I graduated at trade school today." Yes. Oh yes, I got it. Dude,
I gotta know, is this a real name or is this a handle?
No, I think so. John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith has changed his name a few times. So John Jacob, congratulations. I graduated a trade school today that was given to me on the grant. I'm 44 and it's the only opportunity I've ever been given. I value that and I'll make the most of it. John, that is
Good
fucking
for you, brother.
awesome, man.
And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about giving opportunities.
Yeah.
And people like John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith stepping up to them. I love trade school. That's something that, I went to college and I have a master's degree and I'm still paying for it and not necessarily getting all the benefit for it. I think more people need to be looking into the trades. It's what's going to separate us, right? The use of AI and other technologies, the executives of the world are going to go away, but we're always going to need plumbers. We're always going to need electricians. So go for it, John Jacob, and you're going to make a life here for yourself, dude. It's awesome.
Sorry, sending my wife a text. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Just sending my beautiful wife a text. Just want to tell her I loved her. Yeah, just right there. I just seriously, I was paused and I was like, I'm sending my I love you. So I said, just right after
I do that every morning about 3:30. I send my wife, my mom, and my 3 beautiful daughters a text. No expectation of return. And I tell them all that. If you think that I'm expecting something back, it's not what it's about.
I thought it was a Friday night setup for life expectancy work.
Well, actually, truthfully, it was not I love you. No, but honestly, it was actually I want you instead of I love you. I did say I want you. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I'm feeling love for my wife this morning. True story. Hey, you're hanging out with Keith, John, Matt. We're going into hour 2 here on Mornings Alive with Keith and John every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Jim has put the phone number up, 431-300-3005. You guys can join the conversation. Give us a live phone call. We'll take the call. It actually rings right here into the lab. Send us a text. We'll take the text. We'll have your text conversation on the call, or you can leave me a voicemail. So I encourage you guys, enjoying the conversation, 431-300-3005. All right, going into hour 2, just doing a time check with Maddie. Rufy, are you hanging on for a while, pal? Can you stick around?
I can chill for a little bit. Yeah, definitely.
Good. Let's talk about brother. Johnny, how's your bladder doing, pal?
My what?
How's your bladder doing this morning, buddy?
I'm good. It's a non-training day, so I'm not crushing water quite so hard.
Good. Well, then let's talk about Brotherhood.
I think I'll make it for 29 more minutes.
Good. I want to talk about Brotherhood in the digital age. Jimmy, I know you got a clip there. And before you cut me off, Jimmy, I want to just set it up with Johnny and Matt because I want to bring it back to what we're doing here on the show. I think that, and again, it's clear even in the last 48 hours with the event happening in Boston, I'm going to bring it back to that as well. People want to talk. People want to communicate. People want to have water cooler conversation. But we also know, guys, men are more lonelier, have less connections, have less spaces to go hang out than ever before, right? You go to X and you might get caught up in a bunch of negative crap that you don't want to be a part of. Not judging it. I spend a lot of time on X myself. You go to Instagram, you might be bombarded with certain things. You go to different platforms, you get different things. So, Jimmy, let's run the clip about digital brotherhood in the digital age and how to find your tribe online. And then what I want to do, guys, is just kind of go around the table. Matt, get some perspective from you. Johnny, from you. With closing it up with inviting everybody on the segment. Here is the tribe to start your day, to hang out with Keith and John daily. More importantly, Matt kicks it off at 7:30 daily. So, really, what we've created is the digital tribe for men and women to get their day every single day. And John, looking at you, brother, nobody can ever fucking doubt that we're not going to be here tomorrow because Keith started this show March 11, 2024. I met John in June of last year. And since then, we have been here every single day, except for weekends. Even weekends, you can find us. But my point is this. If you're looking for consistent, reliable, accountable humans in conversation, this is the platform. This is your digital brotherhood. Jimmy, let's run the clip.
What if the strongest brotherhoods in history are being forged right now between men who've never met face to face? Despite hundreds of online contacts, you lack that deep brotherhood accountability that drives real transformation and growth. Harvard's 80-year study proves relationships determine happiness more than wealth or success, with digital accountability partners achieving 67% higher goal success rates. Write your brotherhood value statement today. Join one purpose-driven community. Commit to vulnerable, consistent engagement for 90 days. Your tribe isn't limited by geography, it's defined by intention. Start building authentic digital brotherhood now.
Let's talk about digital brotherhood in today's world. Let's get into it, pal. So, as a 50-year-old man working yourself through life, talk about brotherhood and connecting with men and finding spaces to have safe conversations.
Yeah, so I know I've been through a lot of them in my life. I've been through a number of places, both physically and digitally, to find a group of guys. We find our core tribe, right, in our people. And I feel like there's enough of them out there that you can find one. I found one here, and I'm not looking back from this one. I think the key is finding the people that are aligned with you. I thought for a long time there weren't people who were aligned with the way I see the world and understand it. And what's beautiful about these platforms, and particularly the Mornings in the Lab platform, is that there are people and we're ready to show up every day and bring our best selves, and the power and the strength that we get from each other, that I'm getting from you, John, that I'm getting from you, Keith, every day has been nothing but life-changing for me. So I don't know if that's what you were looking for from me, but that's what I'm feeling. So there are a lot of communities out there, and yet despite that, there are so many people out there that feel lonely. You talk about the epidemic of loneliness. It's remarkable to me. And I think some of it is what you said, which is people want to avoid the bullshit. And I just say, when you find that, move away from it. You have a choice. Stern used to say, you don't like what I say, change the dial, right?
100%.
So change the dial. Come on over to Mornings in the Lab and change the dial to us, because we're bringing positivity and good stuff, conflict, debate, and discussion that's open and welcoming of all viewpoints.
Hey, John, what's been the biggest surprise for you in the last year building this with, building this together with me and Marty and the guys? This idea of an online community and our brotherhood. What's been the biggest surprise for you?
Man, I'll be totally honest. I was, let me go to both sides of that coin,
Sure.
right? Because I understand and I've seen it all around me, how difficult it is to do something every fucking day.
Yes.
Do something that's difficult every day, I should say.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And getting up really early is difficult. You know, have you done it long enough where it's not difficult? It's kind of the question. So when I came on here with you, what I figured was, in my mind, I knew the success you had, so I knew that you understand difficult, right?
Yes.
That was one of the things that drew me to the situation.
Yes.
So at that point, what I didn't know was, and I knew that I could run with you because, you know, I've done it myself. I guess the question I didn't know was who else was going to be able to do it. And I think what we've seen is the cream always rises to the top.
Yes.
So what I knew was that I could do it. I believed in my heart you could do it, but I didn't know. What I didn't know is who else could. And we've seen a lot of, I don't know what it's called, false starts. This is just people are good at doing stuff till it gets really fucking hard. And then they find their mind gives them the reasons why it's better to go a different direction or loosen the commitment or whatever it is. But the one thing that I do want to say, talking more about what we're talking about is I think community is very important. It's very important. But at the same time, I think people have to realize that you can't put everything on the community, right? The cake is you. Yes. You have to bring the character that the community actually has. You can't show up and try to suck the character out of the community. You got to have the character to get to the community. And if the community falls apart, you got to have the character to stay strong. So maybe you build a community, but it's almost like training, right? I can't tell you how many people, I lost my training partner. And so listen, you do what you're going to fucking do, irregardless. If I had a fucking dollar for every training partner that that I hate to say quit, but to a certain extent, that's the truth. Jesus Christ. Yep. It'd be a stack of dollar bills going to the moon. Yep. But what I'm getting at is that I realized that I was my own pillar. And ultimately, when someone realizes there's two folds to this, it's much more powerful. And you can't just stack everything on your community or your support. You have to realize there's going to have to be times you're going to have to stand fucking proud and tall yourself with nobody else around. And then when you find a community with people that have already done this, that's where the true magic is. Now, many people that are trying to learn to stand tall, get in there and learn from the people that are doing it. But the people that are doing it understand that the community is like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. We got some really kind words from John Jacob. I know John had to leave, but I think this is the great. What I like about his comment is that it fits well into what we're building here. This show never feels like I'm in a motivational speech class. Thank you, because that's exactly what Keith and John are not trying to create. Just honest discussions and a true wanting to see each other prosper. And that's exactly it. And I know that's what Bernard B. Drive talks about, and even Lady Drew when I get comments from them, which is that there's this legitimate sense in our community. And who was I talking to? I think it was Bernard, which was, and I think Johnny, even you, I think traditionally men don't like to see other men succeed because our ego gets in the way. We get jealous.
But hold on. That's the 87+%.
Exactly.
The world is split into two clubs.
Yes.
There's the people who don't like their lives. That's the 87+. And then there's the 13-ish, because we don't really know what that exact number is. So if it's 87, it's 13. The 13% want to see you succeed. They will pick you up and tell you to go do it again.
Yes.
So I say all the time when people are, talking shit, realize those are the people in the club. You don't want to be in their club.
Exactly. Because they're trying to drag you down. And that's why when Bernard sent me that text a couple of days ago, like, dude, I have nobody to tell except for you. I'm like, fucking right, man. So let's celebrate you. I love celebrating others. I could not get on the show quick enough yesterday, Matt, to celebrate your courage. Ask Johnny. I was like, I got to talk about Matt.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So when I think of, sorry, Keith.
No, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Over jump you. But what I think about is competition, right? We grow up in this. You got to beat the other guy. You got to beat the other guy. Trust me, I love to compete. I love putting a little something on the line and making it, making it fun. It's fun for me. But I'll tell you what, I go out on the golf course and I play golf, and I might lose a hole, but I see my buddy hit a good shot. I'm like, I want to do that, and I want to celebrate him doing that. There's nothing I would like more. I hit a hole in one once in my life, and the greatest joy for me in that was watching my buddy celebrate me and giving me hugs and whatever. I loved it. It was great for me. But for me to be able to celebrate each other's success,
dude,
is much greater than celebrating my own
brother,
success.
I don't golf much, right? But I have seen 3 fucking hole-in-ones in my limited golf exposure. And dude, it is nothing but fucking yelling and screaming and high fives.
Everybody goes nuts,
and the guy that's like, shit, I wanted to do that. That guy's not I'm not fucking playing golf with that guy. I know. I mean, those are the people that I don't invest time with.
I'll share a personal journey, and then Johnny, I'll look to you to maybe experience something similar. When I was going on my journey of building and then selling and putting some money in the bank, the dudes in my circles and the dudes around me were just fucking doing whatever they could to knock me down. Just knocking, right? And questioning and just knocking. Johnny, as you were accelerating and achieving some greatness, I'm going to assume, and I know you don't pay a lot of attention to those that are talking smack, because it means you're on the right track. But I gotta think there were some dudes who you thought were in your posse that are actually like cutting your knees out. Am I wrong?
I mean, they're always there. It's like you figure out once you really start to get fucking traction, you find out who these people are real fucking quick.
Yeah, that's well said. Well said. Maddie, closing comments on Maddie?
Yeah, so I think it's a couple things. One is I think part of being in a community is being able to call each other out on the bullshit. It's one thing to say, I'm not going to let this person knock me down. We also needed the devil's advocates in our lives and the people who are going to question us on our accountability and hold us accountable. So just because someone's pushing back doesn't necessarily mean that they're against us. Sometimes you got to do that to be for people. And I also want to talk about the fact that community is made up of a bunch of people who come together and create a synergistic effect, the 1 + 1 = 3 effect. So what it requires is what we're seeing today more than I've seen probably ever, which is get in and get engaged. Don't just sit on the sidelines. If you're going to be part of a community, don't be a witness to it. Be an active participant.
But on that level, brother, the guy that tells you to, hey, stop being a pussy, that's not the guy that's standing against you. The guy that's standing against you is doing something, to actually, his jealousy is having him trying to, circumvent what you're doing. The guy that's telling you to go harder, he's in your corner. Big difference between a guy that's pushing you and a guy that's trying to undermine you.
Yes. Well, and that's one of the reasons. And I know, John, you've gained a lot of affection for this man. You haven't met him in person, and Matt, I know you haven't met him in person. He's not here right now, but that's why I fell in love with AJ Zeglin. He was somebody who propped me up, who challenged me, who taught me, who encouraged me, who listened to me, and helped me become who I am today, because he was there to not only, Johnny, say, fuck, man, don't be a pussy in the squat rack, man, you can get this,
dude.
And didn't always tell me what I wanted to hear. When I'd come and say, hey, here's what I learned, because this is what I want to hear, he's like, yeah, but that's not what it is. I'm like, what? Because
and that's important. I mean, I spend more time with Terry than any other human being. We're together all the time. We don't go anywhere without each other unless there's some sort of an emergency. Yeah. And I was a long time ago, I said, and very, very first, she was a little hard to get past that. But I said, look, I need you to call me out on my own shit if you see it. You just straight up call me a pussy. She calls me, she doesn't have to call me a pussy a lot, but she's not afraid to call me a pussy when I'm being a pussy. And I'm not trying to use pussy as some degrading thing. That's just the word she uses to fucking get me to stiffen up. Yeah. Maddie?
Yeah, I think that's really important to mention, right? It is the people who lift us up, that call us out on our bullshit. My wife is really good at calling me out on my bullshit. And sometimes I resist it. And I'm realizing that as we sit here, as we go through stuff, this has been a helpful conversation for me. Just to think, is this person trying to knock me down, or are they just trying to help me see through my own blind spots
Yes.
in myself? So I appreciate what you learned from AJ, John, what you got from Terry. And I'm thinking, honestly, it's making me think about some of the stuff that Heather and I have been through, and her calling me out on some of my bullshit and me resisting it.
Yeah, thank her for that, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, I it's funny sometimes when like a literally real world story. So it was probably 15 years ago, I had a really bad lower hamstring pull. I did it in a ring at a pay-per-view match in Japan. I come home and these fucking things right down behind the knee are fucking painful. Like I can't even, you think it's a ligament problem because it's like the pain is so bad. Well, Terry was like, of course it's her job to make sure I'm doing my shit. She's like, stop being a pussy. We got to get you rehab, blah, 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 which she was right. Right. And she's like, 3-4 days into this thing, she takes me to this place where it was one of our buddies, really good. He's fucking digging on it with this plastic tool. And I swear to God, he might've been like, it felt like he had a fucking chainsaw cutting my knee off, right? Cutting me right above the knee. Yeah. And so Terry's, of course, digging on me, blah, blah, blah. She just had the same injury about a week ago. Oh, and I was like about 4 days in, I said, okay, you know how bad this hurts right now? Just imagine Jackson, that's his name, digging on that with a tool right now. She looks at me, and so it's like she kind of gets, it was so good for her to get that look, like, holy shit. Now, she was right. I wasn't damning her, but then she gets a feel for what she pushed me through and had a different respect for it. So it was kind of like a little bit of a paycheck for me,
It does come back around, right? It always does. And so when we learn from somebody and grow, we're able to give that back to them, even if it's a little ball busting or in a way, it's like, oh, remember that? And that's called shared experience, and it's what you have in community.
That's right.
Yeah, I just liked it because then she truly understood what I endured to get through what I had to get through. Because when you're in, we see it all the time. People are in pain, but they're making a mountain out of a fucking molehill.
Yes. So did the conversation go like this, Johnny? Hey, Terry, don't be a pussy, man. I was in your same shoes.
No, I always, what I do is I wrap the story around and I say, I remember a time when you were calling me a pussy, and I thank you for that because I needed you to push me. I said, but now think about how your leg feels about laying down at a table and having Jackson dig into that with a couple of plastic tools to loosen it up. And she just looked at me like, it's just kind of like a thing. It's kind of, for me, it's a little fun. For her, I think there's probably I don't know if she thinks it's a dig or not, but I thank her to start the situation. So it's not like I'm just coming at her.
Hey, dude, you said something, and I pride myself on listening and in finding things to talk about because I think that's what the audience wants.
Nope.
You just froze. He'll come back. He'll start. So we'll do this.
Do your dance.
You got to start rocking, brother. There we go.
He's back. He's back.
You got to start that whole thing over.
So you said something a few minutes ago that I picked up on and I want to ask you about. And I think, one of the reasons I think a good interviewer listens for things and then leans into them. You said you were doing a pay-per-view match in Japan. I'm really curious about pay-per-view stuff. So Johnny, the business side of it. So when you do a pay-per-view, and I don't know how it works today, but let's talk about back then. Was it like were you paid on a percentage of the gate, paid on the percentage of the pay-per-view? Did you know how many people tuned in? Like, were all those numbers transparent? Was it just, so go with me here. Was it like, or actually, Johnny, play with me here. It was like, okay, we had 1 million people and you get a certain percentage. So peel back the onion for us, for those that are curious. How does the pay-per-view mechanics work for
well, it's different for every company because they get to decide the rules. But for the most part, you're going to get a piece of that. Depending on where you are in the card. Like the main event's getting a big piece. I shouldn't say the biggest piece of all the pieces of the talent.
So it's like a purse then. Just like, it's like a purse, and for racing, right? It's like a purse. There's $1 million in the purse and a certain percentage.
Yeah, like you're getting your contract value, but your contract value will then explain what you get of a pay-per-view based upon where you are in the card. Okay. So we call it popcorn, right? You want to be after popcorn. Popcorn's intermission. After popcorn is when the fucking, are you after popcorn? Yes. God damn it. Because the main event's much more than, the third fucking match. If you're after popcorn, it starts to really get good.
And then John, does the same thing work with merch where it's like, okay, so just play with me here. So it's like, okay, you got a t-shirt and we sold 1,000 t-shirts. Johnny, here's 1,000 t-shirts. You get X%, we get Y%. Like, I'm really trying to simplify it, but would that be what it's like in that industry where, wrestlers?
Well, again, it goes back to your contract. If you're doing really well, they're going to give you a bigger piece of everything.
I see. Yeah.
Because then what they're smart, because then what they'll do is they don't have to pay you. I mean, granted, there's negotiations, all this, but let's just say that you got a fairly good paying base contract.
Yes.
You're going to fight for bigger percentages of your merch and your pay-per-views. But if you've got like a really ripping base, then obviously you'll take less on your percentages. So it's kind of a skin and a cat in two different ways.
I'm also thinking too, if I'm the promoter, so Keith and Matt are the promoters of the show, and you're one of our workers. We're using the data of your merchandise sales. I'll use that one as very specific to make future decisions based on.
Oh yeah, 100%. How your merch is doing is really going to determine where your play. If your merch is going up, you're getting put higher in the card.
Yeah, because they're
end of story. It's a huge indicator.
It is, isn't it? Because as simple as that, right? Because it's Keith walking up, open up his wallet, going, "I want to wear the John Andersen shirt," and all of a sudden, if at the end of the night they've sold 30,000 John Andersen shirts, that's telling the promoter that holy shit, we got to put this guy over, right?
Yep, start moving it. Yeah, You're going to develop a storyline around him. We got to put him where everybody sees him. Because keep in mind that, like, I got a buddy of mine who's at the top right now, just fucking crushing. I worked with him in New Japan, Finn Balor.
Okay,
and dude. His they get merch checks every quarter.
Okay.
His merch checks are fucking 7-figure merch checks.
That's fucking cool,
7-figure plus. I'm not going to air shit out, but multiple 7 figures every quarter for fucking merch. Right?
He's on the AEW promotion now, isn't he? Isn't that where he is? AEW?
No, if he got moved, I can't imagine he is. He's one of the top in the WWE right now.
Oh, I thought he was. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I meant WWE, not AEW. Yeah, he's in W, not in Khan's promotion. Sorry.
Yeah, AEW doesn't have those type of pockets. I mean, the guys that are that good, they're going to get pulled in by WWE. They'll just pay so much more.
Yes.
It's like, I'm trying to think. It'd be like the NFL and the Canadian Football League. They're both great. You're making great money both places, but it's the brass ring. I mean, the brass ring in WWE now. These guys. Some of these guys are in the brass ring. We're talking about the top.
Yes,
it's a single digit number. Like that's the brass ring. Maybe low double, right?
Yeah.
These guys are making $25-35 million a year.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's really fucking changed.
There's so I don't know how much attention you're paying, but there's a big storyline happening right now with Randy Orton, Jelly Roll, and Logan Paul, and it came to life last night on the Jimmy Kimmel show where Jelly Roll choke slammed Logan Paul into the desk, and they're working their way up. They're doing a big angle.
Those guys, they're going to make an appearance, right? Yeah. They're going to be making 7 figures every time they fucking go on TV for a night.
Wow, it's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but that just shows you the type of. Vince McMahon was a fucking brilliant businessman.
Yes. Oh, I agree with you.
Brilliant.
There's no question, we'll leave his craziness off. I grew up with that man, watching that man. I've said all along, there's two.
Dude, that craziness is what made him a billionaire,
I agree. There's three. I think there's 3 brilliant marketers, businessmen that I grew up with. So did you, Johnny, and so did you, Matt, of our time. And I'll just put them on the table. Vince McMahon, Donald Trump, and Richard Branson.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Branson was never even working on his companies. He was just off doing crazy fucking stunts. I watch that guy talk all the time. But he spends – this is fucking, like, amazing. He has I can't remember how many people, but just a series of people he talks to every fucking morning.
Yeah.
He has these short fucking meetings with each one of them.
Yeah.
And then he goes and plays fucking pickleball, lives his fucking life.
Yeah. Speaking of craziness, unfortunate news I woke up to this morning. So, let's just get into the highest balloon ever and jump out of it and land safely and live. And then 8 years later, let's go and do some paragliding and die. Unfortunately, Felix Baumgartner died last night. The guy who parachuted out of the balloon, if you guys remember, about 8 years ago, he went to outer space and ballooned and landed in New Mexico.
Yeah.
He free fell from space there. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, the guy, he passed away. He passed away last night in a tragic paragliding accident.
In something that he probably did a million times in his life.
Yes.
A million times, right? Right? It's always a thing that you do most frequently that's going to...
You know, if I die in a fucking squat rack, I ain't bitching.
Well, I was just going to say, I guess that's the positive side of it. I guess if I die doing this show, I'm not bitching either. Right. So there's something to be said for that. Right, Maddie? So anyways, guys, I know we got to rock and roll here. I want to wrap this up. You know, I don't want to make light of that really tragic incident. But guys, I pride myself in not only giving you guys fun things to talk about and fun things to consider as you get through your day, but also helpful nuggets to help you get through your day. Jimmy, let's run this clip. There's guys right now that want to elevate their mental game. We like to talk physical, mental, emotional performance. You want peak cognitive performance, guys? I got something for you to do today. Jimmy, run the clip.
What if the secret to peak mental performance isn't found in any supplement bottle or productivity hack, but has been hiding in plain sight your entire life? Every day, you push through mental fog, fight distraction, and wonder why your focus feels scattered despite your best efforts. You've tried everything: caffeine, apps, routines, yet something fundamental is still missing. Scientists have identified the exact conditions that unlock our cognitive potential. The solution requires no technology, costs nothing, and can be implemented immediately to transform how your mind operates throughout the day. It's time to reclaim what's been yours all along. Today, we're exploring how to become the partner who creates deeper intimacy through emotional intelligence.
I am not going to complicate this. I'm going to leave this last segment real simple. Boys, enhancing your cognitive abilities does not have to be complicated. As John Andersen likes to say, the man with one name means two names. Not complicated at all. Get outside, guys. Nature's free. Nature's abundant. It's incredibly effective. Getting outside, reconnecting, helps mental, cognitive performance. Point blank, period. Simple as that. Get up, get outside, guys. I found this and like, you know what a wonderful way to, I know we, talk cliches, talk very similar things often. This awareness, get up and get after, get outside today. Guys, go to the gym outside. That's what I'm going to say. Johnny, get outside, right?
Just pick one task.
Yes.
Do it outside. A lot of times I'll go, if I got some social media to work on, I'll just go out and, sit at the outdoor kitchen in the sun at the bar and work right there for an hour or whatever it is. But just fresh air, sunlight. We weren't made to be, in caves, so to speak, all fucking day.
Yeah, it's so true, man. Scientific evidence says that, significant improvements, increases when we get out to our natural environments. Attention restoration therapy, Maddie. Natural environments help replenish cognitive resources without demanding much effort from the brain. And I'm throwing it to you because I know you love going out for your daily walk multiple times.
I was just about to mention that. Thank you for setting me up with it. Absolutely, it is the reason for my daily walk. I'm down here in my cave now, setting up this studio, and I could easily get sucked in here. I have to remember to get outside and go do something. That the big cliche right now is touch grass. People talk about that, touch grass, got to go touch grass, got to go touch grass. It's very real. It's very real. I know when I go out for a 30, 45, sometimes an hour long walk, and I walk in a neighborhood, man, I'm walking on pavement. I live in a decent, nice area. But even better as a park or a hike, we've got great places. Get out, touch grass, get in nature. I come back, that hour that I spend, that half hour that I spend outside, leads me to 6-8 hours of productivity and better mindset. No question about it.
Love it. I'm going to cut some grass today, so I'm going to get outside as well. So, guys, what if, we got Peaches, Johnny. We got our friend Peaches on the comment.
Peaches!
I look to Peaches. Peaches says, being allergic to the sun, I have to prepare myself, but I still have to go outside every day or I'm just not mentally okay. So I totally agree on this. You got it, Peaches. Peaches, how are you? I hope you're well. I'm glad you joined us on the show here this morning. Peaches, I always love seeing your name in our comments. I hope you'll come back and join us.
Allergic to the sun. I never heard that before.
Yeah. It's
real, huh? Peaches, I feel for you, man. That's tough.
Yeah, yeah. Johnny, Matt, what a fun show today. You know, we started off having some fun and laughter about the incident in Coldplay. We got into some conversation on democracy. We talked brotherhood. I just thought it was a very warm, engaging. The community was involved. We got Global coming in. I'll get into that in a quick second, but I know I got to get you guys going here. Johnny, what's going on this weekend in the loop, brother?
You know, this weekend doesn't look much different than, I think the biggest change for tomorrow and Sunday is just I won't be here at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'll actually be training at 5 a.m. because those are days where I can actually start my productivity even earlier. So it's just, I think I look at the weekend as, since we're not doing this, I have an extra 90 minutes that I can be productive.
It's funny, you and me both. It's crazy, man. I get up, I'm like, holy God, I got 2 extra hours. What am I going to do with myself? It's actually true. Maddie, what about yourself, brother?
Yeah, I got nothing really great planned except that it's supposed to be a decent weekend around here. So I'll probably get out to the lake and get out to nature a little bit. That's a place where I find energizing. Getting out to water. We should talk about water sometime.
Yeah, water. I'm telling you, brother, water is one of those. I'm so glad you said that. I have to be close to water.
I know you.
Or I'm just a weird motherfucker.
Yeah.
I've been living on the fucking water since I can see it. I can smell it. Every home that I've bought, like I'm on my lake house, it's on the fucking lake. Our Mexico house is on the Sea of Cortez. The one up in San Francisco is on the bay. Man has been by water since the beginning of time. It wasn't until recently we moved away from it.
I love that, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's because we are water, right? We're made of water, and the moon cycles. We can get into all that crazy shit too. But I'm gonna go spend some time on the water. I'm gonna float on a boat. I'm gonna jump in the water.
Yeah, baby.
Definitely at some point this weekend.
That's awesome. Yeah. Global comes in and says, they say you die twice. One time when you stop breathing, and a second time a bit later on when somebody says your name for that last time. Oh, that's nice, Global. Thank you for sharing that. And then Peaches comes back and says, I'm great. It's Friday. And then Peaches, Matt, responding to yours, says, it's rough, but mine is mild compared to others. But yep, definitely real. And please make sure y'all check your skin and treat your body skin with kindness. Yes, you're absolutely right, man. Put that lotion on your skin if you're going to get outside. I love my mornings hanging out with you, Andersen. When weekends come, there's some weekends I'm like, fuck, well, I enjoy my time to get shit done. I kind of miss us hanging out. I fucking love
it. Makes Mondays that much better, brother.
I love it, man. If I'm kind of in a whatever, I'm like, I just can't wait to turn the fucking microphone on and see this fucking ass with his cigar in his mouth, because that just makes me
I love it.
I love it. All right, boys. Well, Jimmy, I guess we're going to walk the young man out of the lab so I can do the community corner and wrap up Friday's segment. We got a big week of shows next week, guys. We got guests all week. Working really hard on improving and increasing some of the production got going on here. But next week, a big week. We're going to wrap up the month of July quite strong. So looking forward to next week. Guys, thanks for having some fun with me today. A lot of fun. Maddie, John?
Always.
Have a good look, my brothers.
You too, pal. Take care, Johnny. Take care, Maddie.
See you real soon, buddy. All right, cool.
Pal, for sure. All right, Jimmy, let's walk the boys off, guys. Matt Roof, 7:30 Eastern time. Kindness Rising. Peaches, if you haven't tuned into Matt's show yet, I cannot encourage you enough to tune into Matt's show. 7:30 Eastern time. He goes right here live on the Mornings in the Lab channel, as well as the Kindness Rising channel. So, guys, you can find Matt on 2 spots, Kindness Rising and the Mornings in the Lab channel, 7:30 Eastern time. A daily dose of kindness. And I'm telling you guys, it is well worth digging into, well worth leaning into, and well worth adding to your daily routines. It's going to give you something to think about. It's going to give you something to ponder. And he might even give you something to get yourself into a kind spot where you might be struggling. So could not encourage you enough. Check out Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time, right here in the lab with the guy himself, Matt Roof. You never know what you're going to learn from Roofy. Yeah, I met Matt a couple months ago. And as I told you guys on the air here, fell in love with the guy's character. And every single day he shows me why I love the guy's character, just like John Andersen. What a great show here today, guys. Jimmy, let's put the number up, 431-300-3005. It's how you can call Matt Roof directly. I don't know if he can hear me. Yeah, you can get a hold of Matt. I would call Matt right at 3 a.m. Yeah, I think he just might. Yeah, 431-300-3005. That just will get you directly to Matt Roof at 3 o'clock in the morning. Bernard, why don't you call Maddie in the middle of the night? See what happens. That's awesome. Bernard, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you so much. Okay, so Jimmy, what the hell am I doing now? I know what I'm doing now. We're gonna go to Community Corner. Yeah, baby. So I'm just gonna get my buttons reset here while I move my camera angles around, move my mouse around, and let's just see here, Jim. All right, so just looking for some things, and I'm gonna press this button, and then I'm gonna press this one, and I like to do this out loud so you guys know actually what's happening along the way. Okay, did not get to the reload or reset, did not get to that one, but that's okay. But I do have, we did not get to that one either. Oh, and we didn't get to that one either today. Oh, geez, what a bunch of conversations that Uncle Keith just missed here on the show, but that's okay. We had a lot of great things that we got after it. Okay, so I'm going to press this button here, and where is it? There it is. Yes, there it is. There's the sultry sounds of Community Corner. It's time for Community Corner, where we connect LinkedIn and Substack on The Big Show, Mornings and Alive with Keith and friends. So if this is The Big Show, is Matt's Kindness Rising the Little Show, the build-up? Matt's show is as big as this one. True story. Yeah, it's 120 minutes packed into 30 finely tuned minutes with Matt Roof. True story there. Oh yeah, I'm telling you right now. You guys ever notice how no matter how hard you work or how together you look, there's always some invisible tug. There's some old habit or belief that's just slowing you down. Well, today's stories, they don't just scratch the surface. No, that's not what we do here. Ask Melissa. Hey, Melissa, are we scratching lately? They dig right into the stuff most men never talk about. I'm looking now over here to see if my comments pop up. Melissa had some scratching issues a few months ago. Just scratching. Just saying, Melissa. I tease through love. Love you, Melissa. Hey, Jimmy, is she scratching? I'm waiting to see my comments light up here. Yeah, today's stories, they don't just dig the surface. No, today's stories dig right into the stuff most men never talk about, like scratching. Oh my God, I'm itchy. Just itchy right now. All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into the segment. Let's go. What if all your discipline and your drive just can't outrun the stuff your body still remembers from childhood? What if I never stopped dancing? All right, Cody. I told you guys this is like Peloton without the equipment. Yeah, true story. Cody Tamor pulls the curtain. Oh, I'm scratching. Cody Tamor pulls the curtain back on how old wounds shape everything. Yeah, just fucking scratching. From jaw tension to that random wave of anxiety in the middle of your morning routine. What's the wild part? Most of us don't even know we're running on old programming. Tamor says, you're not broken. You're just wired to survive. And maybe it's time to pay attention, not push harder. So what would happen if you started listening to what your body's been trying to tell you all these years? I invite you to find Cody on Substack over there and read his latest article on how your childhood trauma might still be rooting your life. Or running your life. Yes, that's it too. Hey, did you guys see yesterday's show? I was frolicking. Yes. All right. Achievement addicts? Anonymous? AAA? Yeah. All right, let's get honest. Are you hustling for goals or just chasing gold stars like a grown-up kid? Well, Jeff Gazea calls it toxic achievement zombie syndrome, or TAZ. Yeah, TAZ. Just TAZ. And if you've ever finished a big project only to feel nothing, you know exactly what he's talking about. He's got a challenge. Step off the scoreboard even for a minute and remember what it's like to actually enjoy the win. Geyser isn't anti-achievement. He just wants you to see the difference between striving for meaning and mindlessly grinding for status. So when's the last time you did something just because you loved it and didn't care about the recognition? When? I'm asking you, when? Harlan Sparrow's got to take on it. Are you polite or are you just hiding? Sometimes being polite isn't about being kind. It's about keeping yourself small. Now, true story. If you're always, speaking of true story, you guys want to get a true story hat? The Morning Dot store is open. That's a true story. The Morning Dot store. Hats, stickers, 24/7 available. Yeah, there you go. But listen, if you're always smoothing things over and never speaking your mind, people start to wonder what you really stand for. Yeah. Harlan says kindness matters. So does Matt Roof. But if you're too agreeable, you're not being real. Yeah, I just agree with everything. Just agree. I have no fucking time for people like that. Yep, agree. Come on. Who are you? Show me who you are. Have a conversation. Invite me in. Share your curiosity. Don't just agree on everything. So it's a call out for every guy who's ever held back in a meeting or let a moment of honesty slide by. Nod, and then you bitch about it quietly later. No, stand up, be confident, get after it. So where do you land? Are you a straight shooter? Or are you that polite Canadian to a fault? What are you? All right, LinkedIn, back to LinkedIn. Number 2, you don't need more time. You need enough. What? You ever feel like your calendar is the enemy? Because if it is, yeah. You want to know what I really think? Get a life. Yeah. True story. Don't let your calendar control you. Don't let your inbox control you. Somebody else's to-do list, somebody else's calendar. Wow. Dr. Carlos Saba flips the script. The real challenge isn't time. It's feeling like you're enough. You can block out every hour and plan every move, but if you're running on empty inside, no productivity hack will save you. So what's Saba's point? Well, maybe the real flex is believing you already have what it takes. Yeah, that's the real flex. Instead of chasing another fix, how about sitting with the feeling that you're good right now? So when was the last time you believed that? When was the last time you believed that? That's a wrap for the Community Corner right here on Friday. Just a guest. Yes, I see you. I'm looking down at your comment, the Canadian. I can't see what the other thing is there. Is that a beaver or what the hell's that? What's that comment there, Jimmy, in front of just a guest in front of the Canadian flag? My old eyes are trying to figure it out. Listen, there's a wrap for Community Corner. Yep. Which story landed for you guys? Which story? Which one was it? Still tracing trophies, biting your tongue, or feeling stuck on autopilot? I know there's one of them. And listen, if you want your story in the spotlight. Yeah, I thought that was a beaver. I like beaver. Fucking love it. Love eating beaver. Oh! Jimmy, did I just say that? Where's Johnny? Where's my foil? Where's my comedian? What's your story, guys? What's your story in the spotlight? Follow us, tag us, bring your real talk to the table. How can you do that? Well, come find us on LinkedIn. Come find us on Substack. Come tag us. Come post something and say, hey, what do you think of this, Mr. Keith? What do you think of this, Mr. John? You tag us, we might talk about it. You tag us, we might bring you into the lab. Justa, I've tried many wild meats. Yes. Oh, B-Drive, shitstorm is the mood today. Not sure how to interpret it, except it's sharpening the knife. Oh, yeah. Bernard, keep walking into that shitstorm, brother. If you walk into the shitstorm, I know you're walking out of it stronger than you were walking into it. I got you. Bernard. You know the entire Mornings in the Lab community's got you, B-Drive. So keep walking. Keep walking into that shitstorm, confident, shoulders out, face up, and embrace it. We got you, brother. All right, Jimmy, let's go to the Creator Spotlight. It's kick it off with the first one. Boom, boom. The guy's name is Tom. Oh, Jimmy.
What if the biggest breakthrough in your business isn't waiting for a lightning bolt of inspiration, but hiding in the questions you're not asking? While most entrepreneurs freeze when faced with artificial intelligence, treating it like some intimidating black box, the real game changers are discovering something revolutionary. History shows us that every major innovation, from the printing press to the assembly line, succeeded not through sudden genius, but through persistent, methodical questioning and incremental improvements. The entrepreneurs building serious wealth today aren't the ones with computer science degrees or massive budgets. They're the ones who've learned to ask better questions, to approach each challenge with curiosity instead of fear. Start questioning differently today.
Tom Cofield didn't let his inexperience stop him. No, baby. He didn't let fear win. He didn't let the voices of doubt from friends and family derail his vision. No, instead he trained for not 1, not 2, not 6, 18 months. Survived hurricanes at sea and proved that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. Tom's story reminds us that the biggest adventures begin with the smallest decisions. That growth happens when we stop making excuses and start making moves. This dude, Tom Caulfield, is a true business athlete. So Tom, here's how it works, brother. Would love to have you on my show. Yeah, my show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. Every single day, right here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Tom, we'd love to have you on here so we can celebrate you. So we can take the big Mornings in the Lab spotlight, the big creator spotlight, and hand it to you, Tom. So you can move it through your community and shine it on somebody in your world. Enlighten and brighten their life on the next Community Corner Creator Spotlight on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. Yes, Tom, let's get you on the show, brother. Jimmy, who are we celebrating next, Jimmy?
What if the biggest barrier between you and your most audacious goal isn't skill, money, or time, but something far more subtle? Every day, ambitious men settle for incremental progress while their boldest dreams remain locked away. History reveals that breakthrough achievements rarely emerge from sudden inspiration, but from ordinary individuals who systematically dismantled their mental barriers through deliberate, uncomfortable action. The path forward isn't about waiting for confidence or perfect conditions, but about building mental resilience through progressively challenging yourself beyond your comfort zone. Stop asking what if and start asking why not. Your next impossible goal is waiting.
Jimmy. Hey, Holroyd. Jimmy. Hey, what strikes me most about Angel is his genuine belief that anyone, and I mean anyone, can master AI if they bring the right mindset. Angel Paguero, we're celebrating you this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. He's built multiple businesses while simultaneously educating thousands of people about the future of work and technology. But what really gets me fired up is his philosophy that barriers to expertise have been democratized. The guy's not just teaching people to use the AI tools, he's teaching them to think differently about what's possible when curiosity meets cutting-edge technology. Now, his community isn't just learning about AI. They're learning how to ask better questions, think bigger, and build the future on their own terms. And here's how it works. Angel, we're celebrating you, and I'd love to have you in the lab so we can pass you the Mornings in the Lab Creator Spotlight. So, Angel, you can celebrate somebody in your orbit on a future Mornings in the Lab Creator Spotlight as part of the Community Corner. That drops every single day here at 9:30 Eastern Time, right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. All right. Yes, sirree, baby. Yeah, I think we're almost done. I'm going to call us out. This is pretty funny. Yeah. Hey there, Amanda, the person who's emailing me right now, telling me how to improve my channel. If it was 1994, I'd listen to you. Dude, it's 2025, man. You're selling stuff from the 80s. It's time to progress. Not interested. All right, Jimmy. Morning to the lab community. We are going to get after it and get out of here. Yep. Jimmy, we got a big week next week, man. Big week. We're going to end the month strong here in the lab. We got guests every single day next week. We got Jerry Maguire joining us a week from next Monday. Yeah, I said Jerry Maguire. Yeah, David Meltzer. The inspiration behind Jerry Maguire will be here in the lab. Yep. Bernard, I'm selling stuff from thousands of years of return business. I love it. Okay, so we're going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show as much as I did. We had a lot of fun here. I want to address the community. Lady Drew, appreciate you. Just a guest, I appreciate you as well. Bernard, you know how I feel about you. Appreciate you so much. Big time. Big fan. Huge fan of you, brother. Huge fan. Holroyd, huge fan of yours as well. Lady Drew, just medium fan. I'm kidding. Huge fan. Global, big fan of yours. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Peaches. Always love seeing your name in the community. Jimmy, not a fan of yours. Just Melissa's. Maddie, fan of yours too. All right, guys. Gonna find my buttons. You want a Mead brand deal? Yeah. I don't know what that means, Bernard. Oh, hold on a second here, guys. I'm going to get some buttons rolling here. There we go. All right. Yes, we love Jimmy too, Bernard. I just love teasing him. Jimmy's my rock, man. Jimmy's here to hold me when I fall. Jimmy's here to pick me up when I'm sailing. Jimmy's here to keep us honest when we're trying. Yeah. Oh, mead is honey wine. Oh, I like that. I don't drink wine. I certainly love honey, though. I fucking love honey, actually. Maybe too much, B-Drive. Like, honest to God. Peanut butter and honey? Oh. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, we're going to get out of here. Remember, Jimmy's put the phone number up. You guys want to keep the conversation going with me? 431. Jimmy's back must hurt. 431-300-3005 is the way you can get a hold of me. So I invite you guys. Do you want to stay in touch over the weekend? There's the number, 431-300-3005. I will answer your text. Promise me. Oh, Bernard, I'd love to try your honey, man. Would love to. Seriously. Yeah, let's talk about it. Send me a text. I'd love to try the honey. I don't know how I get it from you, but I'd love to try the honey. I love it. 431-300-3005, the best way to get a hold of us when the show's not on. Send me a text, leave a voicemail, or just give me a call. So on behalf of the entire crew here today on Free For All Fridays, myself, John Andersen, Matthew Roof, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you guys back here in the lab on Monday. If you're looking for stuff to watch over the weekend, we got tons of videos on the channel. I encourage you to go check out some of the stuff we've dropped for the last little while here. If you're looking for something new, I'd encourage you to check out Matthew Roof's Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time. He's also got content on the channel and content on the Kindness Rising channel. So you're looking for positive, inspiring reasons to get up and get after it, Matt has got you covered. All right. Tip of the day. If you're going to go cheat on your wife, don't go to the Coldplay concert and stand up there like you own it. See you guys on Monday.